Oh, and a pen. Like super
I am
duper fancy.
fucking organized today.
Is this nonsense? Don't understand what I am seeing in front of me.
All right, I'm going to try my best because it's a lot to take in, and a lot of dates and a lot of people, and
Information?
yes, lots of stuff. Oh, coffee.
You're welcome.
Coffee.
You're welcome. Yes, I did that.
Mhm.
I. Let's see if it's live. I know. Oh, this thing like doesn't want to.
No, it never wants
I
to.
don't think we are.
Oh, are we alive?
Yes, but I have to exit and re-enter.
And re-enter. Well, good morning, goeiemorgen.
Good
It
morning.
is one day to D-Day.
Yes.
So, one of the wishes I want, if I ever come back again, is to have enough time to shave properly, seeing that we have a kid that doesn't sleep.
You don't need to tell everybody about your grooming or lack thereof.
Oh, it's a lack of sleep, lack of children sleeping. You hear? Yes, we got chaos and mayhem, and it's just a normal day. Just a normal day.
That's a normal day. That's every day.
All right. Well, good morning. So, I had many requests or suggestions,
Yes.
I guess, for the marine history.
Yes.
So we were talking about the naval history, and I'm glad I went to go look into this because, as it turns out, the Navy came into play after the Marines.
Really?
I did not know
and we
that.
did not know that.
I did not know that.
Why didn't you do this research prior?
Well, because weird history pops up in between things that I listen to. Yes, so I didn't go out to learn about the Navy. It just happened as part of something else I was listening to, and it was part of the context. And I thought that is very interesting. So the Marines were actually established prior to the Navy.
Okay.
And from the little bit of information that I've gathered, because I had to Wednesday to today, in between work.
Crash course.
Yeah, so I just tried to listen to a few things, but from what I can gather, is the Marines were basically formed in order to challenge the British Royal Marines.
Okay.
All right, because the Brits had the Marines.
Yes.
And then we needed a force to go and challenge them and kick their butts. And the and I don't know who I'm saying good morning to yet.
Jim.
Oh, Jim. Good morning, Jim. And I think Jim was one of the guys that asked me for the
I cannot
Navy,
remember specifically.
or for the Marines. But basically what happened was, and I got some notes just so I want to try and get the dates and context right. So 13 October 1775, the Continental Congress authorizes a navy during the Revolution to challenge the British sea dominance. So the Congress, which was not really legal at the time, because remember, the US only came into existence in 1776. So basically the rebels said, we want people. Now what's interesting is, so there was a tavern, and they say it's a famous, but it was actually not a famous tavern, it was a infamous tavern.
Ooh, yes. We are familiar with that term.
Yes. So what happened was, a lot of people, so like the Freemasons had their meetings at the tavern, and there was a lot of stuff that happened at the tavern, and the tavern owner, as far as I understand, had a lot of ears, like you were speaking to a lot of people, knew a lot of people. So posters went up in the tavern telling whoever wants to join the Marine, the Marine Corps, Marines, I guess, at that time. So, and then what they got is they got pay. Although the pay wasn't very high, they got a percentage of the loot should they possess another ship. Should they lay possession on another ship,
Okay.
they actually get a percentage of the loot paid out to them, which is why it made it so that could enrich like a sailor for a whole season. So if you get the right ship and the loot is good, then you get paid out a percentage of that loot, which is what the government at that time actually promised the guys who were Marines at the time. And you know, the Brits had the red coats.
Yes.
So the Marines ended up with a green coat.
Okay.
That was actually what, and they say after a couple of skirmishes with the Marines, because they were apparently pretty crazy, like drink all night, fight all day, you know. Drink
well,
the next
these
night.
are guys who signed up out of a
yes,
out of a
and they say they were feared. If you saw the green coats, the guys were pretty nervous. But apparently they had a very good, they were very disciplined and well-mannered, but fierce fighters.
Good.
Yeah, and it's a little, sorry, the kids are in and out. It gets very annoying, you know, when the doors are left open because the AC just all goes out and it's hot.
All of the construction vehicles are inside.
Good. So we can have a whole shop full of sand. Excellent. Oh, this makes me so happy. Anyway, what I was wanting to say is, so, and this might be a little out of context because I want to try and, you know, get it in kind of date order, but they said that these Marines used to climb up the poles and cables and stuff right into the top of the boat, you know, ships, because the ships used to come side to side and used to shoot each other with cannons.
Yes, so they would go
these
up.
guys would go up and actually like sniper pick the enemy soldiers off one by one. So they used to call them the fire from above or something. They had some nickname for them because these guys used to roof up there.
Heard that name.
Yes, and man, there was a thing that I wanted to copy and I forgot. And it is, and I've heard it, but I don't have all the words. And I'm sure if there's anybody, like any naval guys, they will know that exactly, because I think it gets trained into you as, this is my gun. And although there are many guns, none are my gun. And I will look after my gun and I will shoot straight.
Let me see if I can look it up.
There's a whole.
Because I don't have many people in, just Jim at the moment.
There's a catchphrase for it, and it's very.
Is it Marine specific?
It's Marines.
Okay.
Yes. This is just say Marines. This is my gun, and it'll give it to you.
Yes, I'm
I've heard that before, and it's very very patriotic kind of.
No, I like things like that. I like.
So that's very nice. But anyway, so October 13, the Continental Congress, kind of the rebels, I guess, authorized the creation of, authorizes Continental Navy in the revolution with the Brits, and then Congress voted to arm 2 vessels. So they took 2 ships and armed them and made them naval vessels. So 2 probably like trade ships or whatever. So they converted merchant ships. Alfred as a flagship. So the one ship was called the Alfred, and that was the flagship.
Okay.
And then they recruited sailors from ports, small fleet, no formal Navy tradition, and they faced the superior British Royal Navy. So Tun Tavern, and it's funny because a few of the videos that I listened to spoke about Tun Tavern as being the hotbed for recruitment, because of all the hooligans.
Yeah, all these hotheads. Yeah. Perfect.
Yes.
Is this place still in existence?
No, it was actually in Pennsylvania, and it burned down in the early 1800s, and I don't even really know where it used to be anymore because a lot was built over it.
Womp,
yes, but it was a well-known tavern where all the kind of miscreants.
I do have the line if you want me to read it. Okay.
Yes.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life. It does continue on, but it doesn't give me the entire thing.
Yes.
But it's the Rifleman's Creed.
Yes, that's
what
right.
It's called.
So I heard that in the beginning of the one video, and it's very nice. It's very good words. Very good words. So so Tun Tavern was said in Philadelphia was said to be the Marines recruitment, and I think the posters went up 10 November 1775. They started recruiting, and recruitment was done by Captain Samuel Nichols. Nicholas, sorry. And Navy Marines collaborated closely from inception. Many early Marines served abroad aboard Navy ships. And then there was the first commander-in-chief was Essex Hopkins. So he led the first fleet from Philadelphia, captured the New Province, Bahamas, which was a major early victory where they kind of beat the Brits back, seized gun supplies, raided British ships. His fleet carried Continental Marines, first formed November 1775. Marines provided ship security fighting force. Hopkins' operations helped establish Navy Marines partnerships, but he was more naval commander than Marine influencer. Relieved of command in 1777 because apparently he went rogue, from what I can understand. So they were fighting, they were fighting the Brits and they were doing whatever. And then this guy, after they had some victories, he's like, well, I'm just going to keep raiding islands. So he just went off and raided islands. They're like,
no, Did he become a pirate himself?
Basically.
What
basically,
was his loot like?
Yeah, basically.
Good morning, Cult Gaming.
Good morning, Cult. So basically, he turned into a raider. And just kept raiding, so they're like, no, it's not what we want.
We are cutting you off.
Yeah, so but he captured the Bahamas apparently. So he actually took the Bahamas away from the so Colt, if you just joined, so basically just as a summary, what I've found with the Marines is. So in 13 October 1775, rebel Congress. So Congress away from the Brits.
Yeah.
Whilst the war with the Brits or with the UK, I guess, were underway, the Continental Congress approved the formation of a navy, and by November it was formed, and they used Tun Tavern as the central recruitment station, and they put posters up, which I find interesting because if you are a rebel, so you're rebelling against to have posters.
You wonder why it burned?
Yes, and then also there were apparently posters going up over the city, like Philadelphia City. There were posters going up recruiting guys. Yeah, and they were paid. There was I don't know. It was something stupid like $2. 2 shilling or something.
But then wouldn't that be
well, yeah, then it was good. It was slightly better than like infantry, right? But they got share of the loot, which is what pulled the guys. Yeah. Is the share of the loot is what actually motivated them. Yeah.
That makes sense. Good morning, Sensei. Tun's Tavern. He is familiar.
Yes.
Yes, of course he is.
So it burned down in the early 1800s. So it said, and I don't have this confirmed, but it said that they don't really know the exact position of it because a lot of buildings were built over the.
If anybody knows anybody in Philadelphia, and if that can be verified, is it still around? Is it not? Is it
no,
hidden?
It's not.
No. Is it a secret? Do people know where it's at? Do people not know where it's at? I'm curious, because there's people who've probably generations grown up there. I think that'd be kind of cool to know.
Yes.
If it's kind of one of those hidden away, nobody talks about it, but this is where it is kind of thing.
Maybe.
Never know.
And then Hopkins was the first commander, and he actually grabbed the Bahamas away from the Brits and took some of their ships. And it surprised the Brits because they were superior in naval force.
Yeah.
So they did not expect that. It just this and they say these guys were fierce.
I'm kind of thinking this almost starts that whole guerrilla warfare type thing. Almost. Is that mindset, which is probably why we were urged to look it up. Because that started that whole thing, and this one on the sea, obviously.
So the key leader, from what I can understand, is a guy called John Paul Jones.
Okay.
And he was the captain that actually led the European raids.
Interesting.
And his famous line apparently is, "I have not begun to fight." Yes.
Okay.
So he was a Scotsman that led daring raids into Europe And he's said to be the father of the American Navy. So
Cool.
and then the Navy, or the Marines actually, were ended in 1785. So that's obviously 1776 is when the year, and then 1785 they disbanded it, and that ties into last episode, where in 1794 Jefferson rebanded them for the Barbary Pirates.
Yes, hence the Marines being first and the Navy coming after to bring it back.
So then he rebuilt the Navy.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So very interesting. And they say the Navy focuses on sea power. Marines are onboard fighting, amphibious ops.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, no, neither did I, because it's like Marines, Navy, and they're not like, no.
I don't know
Marines
the
are. It sounds like
well.
the Marines are in the Navy,
yes,
but the Marines have a specific job.
Specialized.
They specialize, like a specialized fighting force.
Okay.
So when someone says I was in the Navy, it doesn't mean he's a Marine.
No.
But if someone says he's a Marine, he's like
in the Navy, but
that's like
expert.
They're like special fighting force, and they say that these guys were crazy, and they used to.
Are they still crazy, Colt?
Well, they say they were the first guys to jump over to the enemy ship. They were the first line that actually went.
Men.
Yep, and attacked and fought, and took out the enemy and.
So Colt Gaming does say, yep, I know most of the history of the Marines. I was a Navy man, and the Marines are part of the Navy.
Yes.
To this day, Marine paychecks are issued by Department of Navy, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. So I did find the whole Rifleman's Creed. So I'll actually recite it because I didn't realize I didn't have the whole thing.
Yes.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I master my life. My rifle without me is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless. I must fire my rifle true. I must shoot straighter than my enemy who is trying to kill me. I must shoot him before he shoots me. I will. My rifle and myself know that what counts in this war is not the rounds we fire, the noise of our burst, nor the smoke we make. We know that it is the hits that count. We will hit. My rifle is human, even as I, because it is my life. Thus, I will learn it as a brother. I will learn its weakness, its strengths, its parts, its accessories, its sights, and its barrel. I will keep my rifle clean and ready, even as I am clean and ready. We will become part of each other. We will. Before God, I swear this creed. My rifle and myself are the defenders of my country. We are the masters of our enemy. We are the saviors of my life. So be it until victory is America's and there is no enemy but peace.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
and then the short chant is, this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun. So that's really like eliminated a lot of information from the actual creed itself.
Yes.
So I wonder, Colt, is the creed still used? Is that something that's still said in the Navy and Marines or military base?
It's very motivational. So
yes,
I'm sure.
I like it. I like it. So we do have Progman popping in as well. And Sensei says the historical marker, you can pay your respects at the Tun Tavern historical marker placed by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission.
Okay.
It is located at 125-171 South Front Street in Philadelphia.
All right. Well, anyway, good morning, Sensei. Good morning, Frogman.
Yeah.
I've not said good morning.
I said good morning. You
did not say good that's very interesting history. So basically, when Jefferson went to confront the ambassador to the Ottoman Empire, the Navy, he said, he's going to send to destroy their empire, has had fighting experience because the Marines were part of that Navy. So he knew what he was building. Yes. I thought it was like, well, he was rounding up people, and then they were like, no. These guys already, because I think it was like a 6-month training thing. Because the one video I was listening to, they actually said that the guys were trained, and then, but they weren't like sea ready really yet. But so they were very seasick but high in spirits. I found that interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, they were
Okay.
seasick and high in spirits, and I was like, well, yeah,
That makes sense. But
that's hooligans. That's
yeah,
hooligans
that's about
for you.
right. That's about
Yeah,
right.
we're just gonna do this by the seam of our pants, you know.
But are those not the best people to, whip a nation into shape?
Oh yeah.
Beware those who are pushing.
Yes. Yes.
There's still lots of hooligans around here,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would say.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've got a few in chat.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So Sensei says, are you allowed to eat a jelly donut?
Am I allowed?
He says, are you allowed? So whom are you asking?
Who is the you
I actually
in your
think
sentence?
I think he's referencing what I asked. I think yes, they do probably, or he's talking to Colt because they are both squids.
Okay, they're both squids.
They're both squids.
Yeah, Ben's also a squid. What is he? I think Ben is not. He's a squid, but he says he's a bobblehead because he was in subs.
Okay.
So I think bobbleheads or subs. I don't know the terminology, so you gotta excuse me.
No, you guys will have to teach us all of the terms and how to speak correctly. But that is super cool. So I did not know about the Navy and Marines and how they are not the same.
Yes.
But grew together.
So basically to fight the Brits. So the rebel Congress.
Yeah.
Set up to get the Marines. The Marine Corps built to fight the Brits, and disbanded just like 10 years after, or 9 years, I guess, after independence. So,
but then had to come back. For
but
the
yes, but came
pirates.
back for the pirates.
Like, right
yes.
back.
Well, the problem is the pirates were not discriminating. You know, they didn't say, "Well, these are Brits, so we're gonna or Spanish."
Everything's the same.
Like they just, and that's what people don't understand is that the pirate guys don't care who you are.
Well, that makes sense. So Sensei says, after we left the British Empire, they were no longer protecting your fleet, and Barbary pirates were taking slaves. Jefferson built a fleet to protect the U.S. and our interests.
Yes.
Rather than pay the tax, we just left the place that was taxing us to death and enslaving us. And in my opinion, that is what is needed again right here.
Right. Yes, because the taxes are now back on, you know. But the freedom the American Navy gave the world or the maritime world is the value of that is probably like impossible to calculate, because remember, these pirates were taking like everything, whatever was coming past them, they were grabbing. So the U.S. Navy actually opened up the maritime world to everyone, because they took on the pirates, destroyed most of the empire, which allowed trade everywhere. So because of which is something a lot of people don't think about, is because of the U.S. Navy and the U.S. sacrifices, the world trade improved dramatically.
Is this where Big Brother started?
I don't know.
I don't know. I was actually just telling the kids about that, how the U.S. has been seen as a protector of so many different nations. And it sounds like it started from the very beginning, because we were able to stand up for ourselves, therefore wind up standing up for other things, and probably not on purpose. I mean, like you say, the Barbary pirates didn't really care who they were going after, and the U.S. is caught in the middle, so they're going to have to stop it.
Well, I think the problem is because the U.S. was new, everything had to be brought here.
Of course, yes.
So, and the only way, because the U.S. is a continent away, is you have to use ships, and whoever interferes with your, with your imports and stuff, they basically a threat to your civilization. Of course. So they had to beat them down.
We do have someone on YouTube this morning, which good morning to you. Name is Kevin Mukubio 8809. So welcome in, but come on over to the Rumble side if you'd like to see the rest of the chat. I do apologize. The YouTube side is a little slim pickings. I know we have Nosy Parkers who will peer in here and there, but Rumble's where the fun is.
Yes.
So come and hang out. We do have Dead Dingo Dan.
Oh,
Welcome
good morning.
in.
Good
Glad
morning.
to have
Good
you
morning.
again.
Yeah.
So I want to back up just a second. I've got some extra chats coming in.
Okay.
Frogman mentioned my granddad is Brit, like me, obviously, was in the Royal, sorry, I couldn't help myself, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, and worked with the Marines in World War II, especially in the South Pacific under MacArthur and the Anzacs. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Very cool. Jamal mentions the only thing the Barbary pirates cared about was if they were Muslim. They claimed their holy book gave them the right to enslave all non-Muslims. Not non-Muslims, infidels. Infidels. Use the correct term, because I am apparently an infidel. Happily. I do have more chat.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No.
Frogman mentioned I have this war diary and photos from war. Wow. That is incredible. Hang on to that thing for dear life. Sensei mentions, no, I was referencing the movie Full Metal Jacket with the drill instructor yelling at the recruit who was too fat. I feel that. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. When you were reciting the Rifleman's Creed, it made me think of that movie. That's awesome. Awesome. Good reference. It's called Gaming. My family was Navy or Marines as far back as you can trace it. Myself, my sister, her husband, my old man, his dad, and granddad, all Navy, 8 uncles, Marines, Nambets, or Nombets. Wow. That's a lot. One uncle by marriage was Army during Nam, I think. Was he like the one who's like ostracized by himself, being the Army guy? Frogman mentions Canada would not let me bring my granddad's Lee Enfield rifle into the country. Wow. That's not cool, man. Well, I do hope someone's still holding on to that thing dearly. My uncle was in the Navy during the Falklands War. Okay. Cole's towing is in. Good morning to you. We were just talking about the Marines. So we went through kind of the history of it and where it formed, and that was Ton Tavern in Philadelphia, which I didn't know about this, but pretty cool. And there is still a site to see, at least it being remembered.
Pay your respect.
Yeah, pay your respect.
That's from Sensei.
Yes.
Told everybody about that.
Apparently, we have a few squids in chat today.
Yes.
Frogman mentions my granddad wasn't demobbed until 1946. He saw all the camps. He never told his daughters what he saw. I am sure. No, that's horrifying. So, of course, World War II, where Hitler even got the idea for the camps, or the Germans, I don't know if it's specifically Hitler himself, but where they got that idea is from what happened to the South Africans from, what's your land, Progman? Where are you from, dude? It was the English. It's what the English did to the Afrikaners. Please name that war for me so I don't get the name wrong.
The what word?
The war.
The war. That's Boer War. Boer War. Yes. Yeah, it's 1999 to 1902.
So those same types of camps, entrapments, everything was used on the Afrikaners by the English in the late 1800s. Was replicated by the Germans.
Yeah, there was a. So the English couldn't control us because of the guerrilla warfare. We were very apt at horseback riding, shooting, and doing that in close quarters, where the British were used to open fields and kind of marching onto the enemy. So we just demolished them. And then, man, I forget the commander's name, but there was a guy, and he sent his son, and we took his son out, and then he went to with a scorched earth policy. Basically took all the women, children, and old people and put them in camps because they were helping, the local kind of fighters, because it was like nighttime. Okay, nobody fights, and then everybody goes home and eats, and they were feeding and helping and looking after, and there was this kind of gentleman's creed about leaving women and children alone and old people, and that changed in that war. And they kind of stuck everybody in concentration camps and like really starved. We had tens of thousands of people die in those camps. But history. It's good to know and not to repeat.
That's the thing that baffles me. There's the amount of people who do not know said history, and yet
Well, the problem is,
Push to do
if
it
you don't know
again.
history, you are doomed to repeat it. And so many people. I mean, so what I wanted to say before we carry on is, I saw a thing yesterday where it's actually in Australia, and I guess it's a congresswoman. Now look, not to be funny or anything, and I don't want to sound like a misogynist, I guess, but when what something that really gets me. Okay, and I was never in the army or any kind of um, like official kind of military, uh, but men overwhelmingly are in the military, do the fighting, die, and when women discuss things happening in the in the military, I get very annoyed because these are people that have no idea what it takes to do that kind of thing. Yet they discuss policy around it, which really fucking gets grates my carrot. So there was this lady, I guess she's the congressional whatever, or the equivalent in Australia, but she's the elected official, and it's one that actually half made sense. So she asked the people who write the processes or design the processes. Yes, boy. Mom, you're gonna grab this guy. So she was questioning the people who were designing the processes in the Navy or I guess it's the Navy because I think she mentioned the Navy.
Are you thirsty?
So she said, so if I'm a electrical engineer, a naval engineer, electrical naval engineer, okay, and a light bulb in my cabin dies, what's the process for me to change the light bulb? So you have to take your phone, you go on an app, or I guess your computer, and you go on an app, and then you log a request, and then an electrical guy, the maintenance guy, will come out and change your light bulb. So she said, what is the cost involved in this? And they couldn't answer. Two other ladies, so you have the lady congress person or elected official questioning two other women that design the processes that run the maintenance and all the other stuff on the base or on the and she just asked a simple question: what's the kind of cost analysis of this? And nobody could answer. They say, well, we don't do the cost analysis to that level. And she's like, well, it just seems very expensive to not just have the guy change his own light bulb. And they said, well, you have to acquire the light bulbs and you have to store them. And it's like, they make such a fucking mountain out of a mole's heap where, if you just had a couple of light bulbs, like put 4 in each cabin, and that's the light bulbs. And then you could just change them whenever they blow. They have this whole fucking process that you must go through where you can't just do stuff, and get it done, and it exponentially jacks up the cost. And what I have found personally, what normally happens in these instances, because she asked, are these Navy people? And they didn't answer. What they said is these are people that are tasked with maintenance, and it might not just be that one site. It might be, so when your light bulb goes out, you must wait for someone. Like you now stuck, and you must wait till someone now gets you on their schedule to come in, which I think is the case in a lot of. I just use this as an example because this is the one I saw. And if you just have like a couple of light bulbs in your cabinet, and you just change them when they blow. And why I mention that is we've heard of a lot of complexes, these apartment complexes where you can't even change a light bulb. You must report it to the front desk, who will get the maintenance guys who will come and put the light bulbs in, which is fucking ridiculous. But the cost associated, and what I want to say is, in my experience, what I found with a lot of those things, from what I've seen in my corporate life, is a lot of kind of under the table buddies getting maintenance contracts, and these things expand and get all kinds of people get on the take on these things, and it's almost like a bribe system that starts working in this situation. But anyway, You want to catch up on chat
I will
there?
happily catch up on chat. In other words, too many people have too many hands and too many.
Yeah, everybody's got a
roles.
hand in the cookie
No
jar.
spam. We are not chatting right now. Okay, I do want to catch up on chat. We do have Flying Flower who says, hi, sorry I'm late, but
Good morning.
happy 50th and 250th.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the 50th is, though, but I'll take it. What's the 50th?
There was, what was the, there's a,
Inform me. I am ill-informed.
no, there's something.
Inform me. And it's probably something
Wasn't
stupid
50,
that I should know.
it was 60, I think. There was, why did I forget
The
now? There was
buoy
something.
thing?
Oh, yes, that's the thing I'm
That
thinking
was
of.
the
Jim Bowie.
60th. So what's the
Yes.
50th? 50th could be something different. I may not know. So
Yeah,
please.
I was thinking of the Bowie thing. So,
Yes,
yeah,
the
let
Bowie
us
thing.
know.
Jim Bowie
What's the
Days was
50th?
60th anniversary this past week. Cult Gaming says, and they are allowing the Byberry Pirates foothold in all Western countries. History is repeating itself in the wrong way. Yes, Cult Gaming, it definitely is. Kitchener was quite ruthless, says Progman.
Lord Kitchener.
Yes.
That is the guy.
Churchill escaped a POW camp in South Africa in his younger days.
Wow.
I don't even know how. Wow. Okay. If you have more on that, please share. That is wow. Okay. Cult Gaming mentions Islam hasn't changed in the last 250 years, and they are still a threat to the Western world and should be treated as such. Yes, it is a threat to the Western world. Frogman, they are labeling Nazis as far-right fascists when they were, in fact, National Socialists. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for that. I'm going to tell you what I just grokked because it's a little scary. I watched something, I'm pretty sure you showed me this, where somebody could not state the definition of fascism, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listen to what it starts with. Fascism is a far-right political ideology.
Yeah, which is wrong.
That is what grok starts with, okay? It says fascism is a far-right political ideology and movement that emerged in the early 20th century Europe, most notably in Italy.
Yes, Mussolini. Mussolini was a fascist.
Yes, but was he far-right?
No, Mussolini was
But can we even talk right and left in today's terms on that? Like, is that still... Exactly, but we're taking today's terms and trying to put it on that because that's also, whoever they want it to be.
Yes, but you must also remember that Islamist attacks
is seen as far right.
Are seen as far right. They are listed as far right.
So the key elements, you're gonna like this: extreme nationalism. You remember the Christian nationalists? That's why they keep calling people this. It's training exercises. Authoritarian, dictatorial leadership.
Yes,
so
Mussolini was a dictator.
But we do not have a dictator currently, just as a reminder for anybody. Suppression of dissonant. You know, I dissent. Remember? Yes. This is all training exercises. I cannot believe I just read that on Grok of all things. So if you want true definitions, please grab a book that is pre-2000s, pre-1990s, if possible, with correct definitions. Because you cannot trust things that you look up, as it is going to be what is mostly out there, and it could be false information.
Well, the thing is, with AI, it will give you bullshit like that, and then you go probe it a little, and you tell it, no, this is wrong, this is how it should be, and then it'll change.
Yes.
It'll change the answers.
Which is worrisome because there's no correct answer then.
Yes.
Okay, I digress.
Yes, and as far as I remember, Hitler and Mussolini were buds.
Yes.
And Hitler was a leftoid.
Yes.
Nazis are leftoids.
Yes.
I was taught that Nazis were right.
Yes.
When I was in school.
But that's the thing. They've been pushing this forever. Yes, literally forever. So that's not nice.
So here's a little thing that I when I was in school, and I mean 8, 9, 10 years old, and we were learning history and like world wars and stuff like that, and I listened to what Hitler did. I always wondered, because I was very surprised to find out South Africa actually fought with the Allies. Mm-hmm. Because when I listened to what Hitler did in Germany and stuff, my mindset was when I listened to that and I looked at the South African government at the time, they were very much aligned. Mm-hmm. And the South African government at the time was socialist, which means they were left.
Which is
they were the same as the Nazis. They were national socialists.
They're headed towards communism. And how
Yes.
many people right now, they're cheering on that they are communists, and that's what they want in America. But
Yeah.
that completely goes against the way our society is set up right
Yep.
now. And that will ruin everybody
You know,
who cheers for it.
people ask for communism till they get it.
Yeah.
And then once they
And
have
then
it,
you can't get rid
no,
of it.
then you know, and the funny thing is the commies always eat their own first.
Don't you call socialism communism light?
Yes, communism light.
Yes, communism light. Jamal mentions whenever they're beaten back, they bid their time and rebuild. They
Yes.
use our empathy against us. That is
Oh.
correct. That is 100% correct.
Man.
Fanboys, and hello.
Good morning. Good
That's
morning.
exactly how the Canadian government works, though.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dead Dingo Dan, our bureaucracy is a fucking joke over here. No, it's that's the thing. We are not even in the worst of the worst, because you could be in a communist country instead, but we have got to stand our ground as people and not
or
allow
a communist state. You know,
True.
Like Seattle, man.
That's
I
a good
don't
point.
even have
I do feel
fucking
sorry
words.
for Cecil, why he's still up in that area he is in. That side,
You know,
California.
there's a
all
lot
of
of
it.
there's a lot of, and they were discussing exactly
Okay,
this on
of course
Cecil
they were.
yesterday.
Of course they were.
It's the woman. The woman don't want to move.
Well, then find you a new one.
Yes.
I shouldn't say that out loud. That's very bad of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that.
The woman don't want to move.
To the man who came to the States by himself because the woman didn't want to move.
Yes. So yeah, the little known fact. Should I share the history? Seeing that we're doing
You are
history.
more than welcome. History lesson today.
So when I left South Africa, I was married, and she changed her mind the week when. So I would have come the year after. I would have moved permanently. So I've been in and out for a couple of years. You know, coming in, staying a little bit, and then you know, next time I come, stay a little bit longer, figuring out where I'm going to move to, where I'm going to stay, or we at that time, you know, what we're going to buy, you know, cars, houses, and stuff, just to set up. So the plan was to move over permanently the following year, April. And this was the September, actually the end of August. So I was coming ahead of time because I had meetings and stuff in the kind of DC, Virginia area, Maryland. So I was coming in a week early, doing all my meetings and stuff, and then coming down to Texas. And then I would meet her and some of her friends here, which ended up being her friends, that was fun, you know, because I still had to entertain them. But basically, I was flying the Saturday. By the Wednesday, it was like, all right, well, she doesn't want to come, so it's over. And that was my words is, okay, she said, I don't want to move to the US. And I said, well, then we're getting divorced. And that was the end. I literally got up and walked out the room. And that was the end. The Wednesday, and by the Saturday, I flew out, and I never ever, that was like, I don't know, 5 years of marriage or something. And
gone in seconds.
Yes, gone in seconds. And I got up, walked out, I flew out the Saturday, and I never saw her again. Like ever.
Yeah.
The last thing I got was my divorce decree.
So it does actually happen, and I shouldn't say it out loud. It is hard, but you really have to think about, okay, how is it going to affect you to stay there and your family if you have kids, and you know, places like South Africa. I hate to say it, New York and California not very different, but if you are not treating the family first, there's a big problem with raising children in that environment because they're doomed to suffer.
Well, except for that, you know, depending on how bad it gets, like there's no future for them.
Yes.
So here's a fun fact for you. So where we are the majority, we have to look after minorities.
Yes.
Okay, so we have to give them a leg up, you know,
yes,
and look after them. And this is the same bullshit everywhere. And watch fucking Islam. It's going to do the same thing. Where they are the majority, then suddenly you must hire according to ratios. So when you are the majority, then it's not hire according to ratios. No.
It's just
you must
help out
the minorities.
Yeah.
As soon as they become the majority, then it's like, okay, now we must hire according to ratios. So we've got to look at the population breakdown. So
flips.
Heads, I win, tails, you lose. Like there's never any way for you to win with this bullshit. That's why I'm all for meritocracy.
Yes.
I was told in so many words, this is part of the reason why I closed my business in South Africa. I asked we had to get assessors in, and then they assess your business to see if you comply with the government structures and bullshit. So we had to pay fines because, if you don't have the right ratios in your business. So I asked the guy, I said, now, how do I get the right ratios if I'm, because what happens is you hire people, you build the business, and then you get to a certain level, and then the government steps in and they're like, well, we see you doing very good. So now you must change your structure, and hire. So what happens is you either hire extra people who are useless, and just is a drain on you.
Bodies to make the government happy.
Yeah, bodies to make the government happy, or you have to pay fines, which basically you pay directly to your ratioed competitor. So the competitor who is the right, whatever the government wants, you give them a check. I made a photocopy of the payment I sent to a competing business.
So it doesn't go to the government.
No. So what happens is some of these guys
that makes sense.
It's such bullshit. So they set up businesses. They do fuck all, nothing, zero. They don't produce, like we were in software development. So they don't produce one line of code. They just collect checks from people who are not correctly ratioed. They literally sit there, and these guys drive big cars, got expensive houses. They make a lot of money because all they do. So I know of people, they were in the diamond trade. They were in the diamond trade. Okay, and what they had to do is they had this one lady that was now a business partner, and they all paid her a shit ton of money a month. She did nothing, that she just received money. And I remember he told me that she had some Toyota, and she's like, no, she doesn't want the Toyota anymore. So they had to club together. She wanted some Mercedes, and they had to club together to go buy her this Mercedes.
I wanted to tell you that really sounds a lot like welfare that we have around here. Yes. When I see these people who do nothing, who own nothing tangible, but yet they drive these beautiful cars and they have this luxurious lifestyle. They have the nails and the eyelashes, and they do fuck all because they're getting government money. I mean, I don't understand, because
I don't know why my family should be should do with less, so someone else can have something that doesn't work. It makes no sense.
Okay, I'm going to catch up on chat because I've been ignoring chat, and I do apologize. Progman, I love your statement here. Canadians are German socialist commie hybrids. I like it. Sensei, women are analytical and caregivers. Men are tactical and handle shit. Women are emotional. Okay, emotional, and being an emotional type of person is wonderful in the family. Once you take out the family and you focus those emotions on things that they should not be on, it is trouble, which is why we have a lot of the troubles we have, in my personal opinion. But Cult Gaming mentions they need to be more than beaten back. They need to be in the dustbin of history, talking about, sorry, which comment was that? That was Sijamal. Yeah. Frogman, nothing is fair dinkum anymore. What?
Fair dinkum, yes. It's an Australian saying.
You and your English, Aussie, South African stuff you throw in there. You can't set your watch to anything in this going show of the world today.
Yes.
Yes. Frogman, it will take brute force to retrieve what we once had. Yes. Oh, today's our 50th stream.
Oh, okay. Well, yes.
Wow, Flying Flower, you're so awesome. Totally.
No, it's actually, we've done a lot more. It's the 50th of this version.
Yes, even Femboy says 50th in the title too.
Yes.
Thanks, Femboy and Flying Flower.
Yes.
Go on. I did not catch that until you guys brought that to my attention. And I read it very late, which is kind of funny. I feel very stupid. That is okay. I will wear my stupid pride today.
Yes.
Cult Gaming K, well, I am going to have to get going here shortly. I got a 2-hour drive to pick up a U-Haul and moving heavy shit out of my mother-in-law's place. That's right. All right. Have
Who's that?
fun. Cult Gaming.
Okay.
Awesome 4th of July celebration for you. Hopefully you have some biltong for the road. I don't know, or something good to eat at least. Sensei, today Houston looks like the city of Mos Eisley in Star Wars. Lots of Jawas walking around head to toe covered in their jobs. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Cult Gaming, I love having days off that are never days off. I don't know what a day off is. That is why I work for myself. I can schedule my 120 hours how I want to work them. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, my 120 hours a week. I can schedule them however I want to do them. Yes.
I cannot sleep. Yes, that's perfect. Jamal, fascism is the enforcement arm for socialism to ensure no one speaks out against the new regime.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
AI only knows what you feed it, and if you feed it lies, it only knows lies. That's correct. That is beyond.
It's an aggregation tool.
Yes.
All right, we've got Mom.
I don't know what Mom it wants. Right and left gets a bit tricky when you're talking globally. Sometimes Americans assume the whole world thinks like we do. And of course they don't, Cold Stowing. That is correct.
Hey, you're going to walk into the
there
camera.
There is no way they can, we are the same. We're not.
Thank you. That's a nice stone.
Oh, very cool.
There we go.
Dead Dingo Dan mentions Hitler was a vegetarian. Was he really?
Yes, he was.
Well, that's why he had so many problems. Yes, if you don't eat your meat, you men don't have testosterone. You soy boys, go away.
Yes, I
don't do the soy boy nonsense. Femboy Slick, AI is problematic. A problem.
Well, that's what Elon said, is you can only have a reliable AI if you actually program it honestly.
Yeah.
And they have not. They've lied.
It'll give you the answer based on what words you most often associated together in the data. Hey, stop. Go outside. Go outside. Yes, please.
No.
Yes, please. Basically communist. You got it. The left are commies, period. You know, Progman?
Sorry, that's our son.
Angle just got moved. Let me take this young man. All right. If you want to read else, you can give them a chat for something else.
Oh, sorry. Our kids are, I don't know what is going on today with the kids, but it's apparently every day. Every day is how this happens. So, chaos and mayhem. It's like Houston in here. I'm
gonna lock that door. Watch me. Watch me.
I agree.
Okay, I didn't lock the door, but I could.
Somebody said something about Houston the other day. It's a very crime-ridden city, and there's a few of them, and I was surprised Houston popped up. And I can't remember the context and what it was, but I just know Houston is a shithole. Like, you really don't want to be around Houston.
Houston, we have a problem?
Yes. You know, and I don't understand how, but it's all look at Dallas. Dallas is also a fuck up.
It's a total fuck up.
You know,
driving through it. It's a mess.
And it's all these like little blue dots.
Utopias?
Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't understand why the blue people cannot be happy with the utopias they create and just stay there. And then let us red people go live in our shitholes and leave us alone. Yeah, I created my shithole the way I want it, and it's cool, and I like it. Okay, but you've created your utopia. Fucking stay there and, enjoy the utopia you created. This is what you wanted. You have it. Now go live there. But fuck no, they have to come after us, and I don't understand that.
So Cole Stowing mentioned, I saw a stat
that... Cole Stowing, I didn't say hi to.
I'm sorry. Yes, Cole Stowing is in. Say hello. I did mention him, but we had a screaming child. 45% of all AI answers are just wrong. Maybe it's getting better, but I typically don't trust it.
No. You know what? So yeah. You know what AI is very good for? If you want summaries...
Yes.
...of marketing materials...
Yes.
Pictures.
Good for that.
I got the picture on the thumbnail for this one and the previous one. That's AI generated.
Okay.
Because I don't have to go and fuck around and look for stuff. I can tell it.
And you don't have to have Canvas.
Yes, I want. Like, I can give it a little definition.
Yeah.
And it'll give me something 90% usable. So, you know, when you want things like that where you don't have a lot of time to spend, but actual research, you have to be very careful and you have to question it from all kinds of sides. I mean, I had a couple of things that I asked AI,
Mm-hmm.
and it gave me answers which I, for a fact, know were incorrect. There were things that I asked it about. I can't remember what it was, but it was something about South Africa, some historical context or something. And I knew for a fact it was wrong because I knew what the reality was. And I can't remember what it was, but it was something stupid. And I'm like, no, this is not correct. And it argued with me first, and then it said, yes, you are correct. And then it gave me the right. Like, you know, I wanted more detail around something, and it kept giving me the wrong thing. And I'm like, no, this is wrong. This is how. And remember, I told you, I can't remember what it was about.
I've done it on certain things. I've had to know.
And it almost it wanted to argue me. And then when I gave it, and I said, no, this is how this works, and this is how that works. Then it came back and it said, yes, you are correct, and thank you for the correction. And I was like, fucking shit, this thing.
By the way, creating the photos, I've had instances where I've run into, I asked for American patriotic something to give the 4th of July kind of look, flags on the background, and I was told that goes against the policy.
Yes. It's,
when I saw that,
So, you know, I have this theory, and you guys are welcome to criticize. But if my kids learn math just as part of their upbringing, so instead of saying, you know, 1 + 1 is 2 as a teaching tool, but you do 1 + 1 is 2 as a knowledge base, as language. So math should be taught as part of your
everyday life.
As part of your life. So math should be taught as language. My 2-year-old watches maths. Okay, my 2-year-old watches maths. Basic maths. 1 + 1 is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 - 1 is 0. Just basic maths. If you teach maths almost as a language and not as a chore or a calculation, but as something you just understand, they will do much better at maths. And I see patriotism as the same thing.
You were just talking about what the children know.
Yes, so I don't teach my kids that there's negativity around America.
No.
I teach them that America is your country.
It's great.
You should be proud of it. It is great. It is the greatest place in the world. I don't give them the negatives. I only give them the positives because they're too young to understand the negatives. Therefore, like, my kids will randomly pop up and just sing like the anthem. And they'll just sing American songs, which I think is the coolest thing. Now, I mean, I would like to teach them some South African history, but I'm not in South Africa, okay? And it is not significant. The whole point for me here is to preserve this.
And we'll teach them that because they've heard different things. Yes. We've talked about different levels of it. But right now, especially with this 4th of July, we find it very important to continue to show them American history as much as possible.
And teach them the things I learn of this country to make sure because South Africa's gone. Europe is basically gone. This is what we have left. So we better fight to keep this. You know, this is very important because if America falls, it's over. And I want my children to understand that I want them to wave flags. I want them to be proud.
Wear flags, American. Which apparently means you are right wing, whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
It just means we're not a part of the alphabet crew.
If anybody finds a South African flag anywhere on my person, in my shop, or in my property, I will give you $1,000.
Hey, come searching. You won't find one, unfortunately. Let me catch up a little bit more on chat. Sensei mentions you'll vote your way into communism. You'll have to shoot your way out of it and burn down the entire civilization.
Oh, absolutely.
The globe is littered with dead civilizations. Yes, it is. Cult Gaming, God is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens is a great source of the truth of Islam. He was an anti-theist with a particular hatred of Islam. much like me. Well, the biggest problem you have to remember, no matter him being an anti-theist, he's still not Muslim. Therefore, he is an infidel and lumped in just like everybody else. So it doesn't
Yes, but
matter.
the difference is, Christians will chastise you.
Yes.
Muslims will kill you.
Yes. Yes. I like my head.
Yes.
Our founders didn't have our definition of left and right. Thank you, Jamal. That's exactly what I'm getting at. We are using it in the wrong context, in my opinion. They had pure freedom, anarchy on one end to total control, totalitarian on the other. They wanted us as close to freedom as possible, which was the whole goal of the revolution. I, want to guess. Sensei, I believe that AI for many is a tool of obfuscation and censorship. Yes, and steering. Sorry, I can't read properly. I spent a lot of time arguing with it about simple facts, all by design. Yes, no, I sometimes I just don't even go to it because it to me it can be very stupid. If I know I'm on the right track, I'll just go find a different means to learn about something. Cold towing, indeed. Most people have no idea how far we've strayed from what our founders meant for us. Yes, this is not where it's supposed to be. Not to mention, but I think your ex-wife regrets not coming over. Flower says,
sometimes you make decisions which
you gotta sleep in the bed you lay. Hi, NW Chappie, welcome in. DEI is bull. And guess what? The Cape region in South Africa is the DEI starter. So thank you. Frogman, as a foreigner, I love the U.S. as much as Lafayette and Thomas Paine. I need to move down there. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to pay all of your taxes to the Canadian government to leave? Because I heard that is rough, dude. That's not cool. Coles towing Thomas Paine. Nice reference. Most people have no clue who that is. You did write him down, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, if you have anybody else for us to
I'm going to do Army and then Air Force.
Yes, we're going to do those.
So tomorrow is Army, then Air Force, and then we'll do more. Well, we'll find some more stuff for Wednesday next week.
Paine and Benjamin Franklin were besties.
Yes, and Paine apparently moved to Europe as the ambassador. So there was a bit, and I forgot to put it in, man, where he said Thomas Paine was on one of the ships going to France to be the ambassador for the US. Him and his 11-year-old son, and then he wasn't very complimentary of the Marines. And then there was some ship that crossed their path, and he approved the pursuit.
Yes.
And then afterwards, he was like, no, these guys are good.
So NW Chappie does say, yes, keep telling the truth. We will, good sir. We try not to make it quote unquote political in today's terms, but sometimes you gotta relate the information a little bit so you can have a grasp of what is going on.
Yeah, we try and keep the politics away and just stick to facts.
Yeah. But sometimes facts hurt feelings, and it is truth-based. So
hey,
I
don't
apologize.
give a fuck if your feelings
I'm just
are hurt,
saying,
unfollow and go away.
If you have feelings, go cry in a corner. This is not your safe space. Okay, bye. Progman and Tifa are the brown shirts. Yes, they are.
And the self-awareness on these people are so fucking...
There is none.
No, it's like, you are literally...
The fascists.
You are literally the brown shirts you are accusing everyone else to be.
Yep.
It's like, I have no words for these guys.
Dominion, I'm going to catch up and read your Rumble rant because I loved it, but I'm so behind, so I'm getting there. But good morning. A good commie is a dead commie, Frogman. When we use search engines, we get thousands of sources and results. When we use AI, we get one that we are expected to believe it's correct. Thank you, Jimma. It's kind of interesting, is it not? Sensei, AI is great if you want advanced Excel formulas or help writing code with Python. Don't ask it how many genders exist.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, the facts are rough. There's 6. Ask the low T. Okay, ask low T. There's 6 in Texas at least. SS Grunt wanted to swing in before I get my day going and say Happy Red Friday to you guys. Thanks so much, SS Grunt. We are in our red as always. We told you we do this on a regular basis. It's like it's a thing. Jamal, I had a 3-hour conversation with Grok about the end of the last ice age. When I started challenging its sources, it suddenly out of memory and had to reload. The conversation was not saved. I have had that happen. I have had a whole thing just kind of disappear because you didn't say what it wanted you to say, which is interesting because you're pushing back. Dad Dingo Dan, Google are using their AI for their search results now. Don't use Google. Don't use Google anyways. Google's, not nice, but they do that.
Brave.
They summarize at the top, and that's what a lot of people are referencing, even though it may or may not be true information. Once again, if it's information that doesn't have to deal with left and right, then maybe it will be correct. But man, if there's anything that is remotely something that they can, twist for better gain, then it will happen.
AI is coming.
AI is coming. When they ask source and you reply history, they say you are racist.
Who's that?
That is Frogman. You know.
No, but what when you ask source?
Ask for source of something.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
what's your source?
Okay,
The history. Then you're racist. No, that's like the true source.
That is one word that's really
Who wears the racist badge of honor? Do we have them in the chat? Say an I or a one if you are one of them.
That's one word that's really out. It doesn't have the weight it used to have.
No, because it's been used as a manipulation
Well,
tool.
yeah, it's just been, it's everybody's racist now. Everybody's a Nazi or a racist or fascist or.
Got my card.
Yes.
Got my card. I should have an American flag on it. SS Grunt, I have a banger. Have a banger. I'll be here lurking in the background. Gonna smash the buttons for y'all. Make sure y'all hit them likes and repost it. Helps. Thanks, SS
Thank
Grunt.
you very much.
And leave a comment. That helps the algorithm, something like that. So as you work. Dominion After Dark. I don't know if this is a interesting one or not. Just stop. Put Anton's Furman juicy meat in your mouth immediately, or you get pounded by Anton's meat from it almost kicking of Biltong at Biltong USA. Use the pirate code R for 10% off. Or sorry, you get a huge discount. All of the misspellings on purpose. I can't even read this thing. Dominion,
Huge.
you are phenomenal. So yes, please go to biltongusa.com and use
It is
code
huge.
RRR, which is 3 R's or R in pirate terms. Good sir.
Talking about pirates, I mean, we've been on the Navy and the
Barbary
Marines
pirates,
the last
we've been
couple
on
of
this conversation
programs.
for quite, yes, the pirates it is. Thank you, Dominion. That is awesome. I love your reminder to everybody. Yeah, typo sense. I see you. You problems, good sir. I like it. Frogman, in the word of Memdonis, be a Henry David Thoreau. You'll have to read that for me. He's working. I can't.
So yeah, I want to quickly.
SS Grant, thank you so much for the subscription you have gifted, and it is NW Chappie, who is now a red line. I like it. And yes, happy 250 years. That is exactly right. And apparently 50th episode for us, because I don't pay attention to the things around me. What can I say? Dog Digger, good morning, good sir.
Good morning, dog.
Hope you are well. Glad to have you in. I didn't realize it's after 9 already. What happened?
It is?
Yes.
Well, let me go switch the light on. We can still chat a little bit.
It is 9:07.
Yes, today is a good day, and I have to cut some ribeyes and some pork.
We're going to go play with the men's meat this morning. So we are going to do exactly what you said, Dominion. Meat. Speaking of, we have brisket nowadays. We pulled out whole pork loins and pork shoulders, or butts, as some people like to refer to them as. So lots of meat around this place. If the US of A is 250 tomorrow, then your birthday was the day your mother announced she was pregnant with you.
But yeah, I guess.
Enlighten me. When was it over? When did it end? Because I think you're actually correct on that. When did it end? Happy semi-quincentennial to you Yanks, right? I'm a graduate of School of Typos from the University of Twitter. I love it, Jamal. Yes, that is exactly right. Normally, I misspell on purpose, so it burns my ass when I do it accidentally. I believe that. No, I chuckle with Anton speaking Afrikaans in an English world. Of course, he gets all of the corrections, so it'll change his words. And sometimes those Afrikaans words, when you change them, it's not a good thing. So it's kind of funny. when he has to go and correct. He's like, "Ooh, that's not what that's supposed to say," because
Yes.
context is a problem with them. God bless you guys are awesome. USA, USA, USA. God is good. Philippians 4:13. Thank you, NW Chappie. Well, not as much misspelling as intentionally using words inappropriately. That's kind of half the problem with a lot of us, I would say. That is
Well, the
okay. We
other
don't
problem
mind.
is also when you like doing the inappropriate word thing, your autocorrect kind of memory stuff on your phone starts, having
Starts helping.
yes, helping.
Is that the AI part of your keyboard? Assisting and helping you with what you are doing? Oh, by the way, say good morning to Handy News if you know who this guy
Hey,
is.
Mr. Handy.
Glad to
Welcome
have you in.
Thank
yes,
you for joining
very
us.
Glad to have you in.
Yeah.
Jama, my pet peeve is misused grammar. I cringe when people use apart when they mean apart. Careful. There is one too. There. They are.
I think not enough emphasis is placed on using the correct wording. I really think
not syllable.
Yes.
Not
I
the
really
syllable.
think that
word,
we could do a better job at using appropriate language. I always find that when people speak correctly and use the right, verbiage and language and tenses and stuff like that, you have a sense of professionalism.
Yes.
But
Well,
I think
is
it's
that not respect?
well, respect and pride.
Yes.
Pride in doing something properly and right, which I think, the dumbing down of our school system definitely contributed to that. That and making everybody communist does kind of negate needing school. I am a big proponent of defund public education.
Yep.
I've had a lot of people get upset with me with that.
We have, but I'm tired of spending money for socialist daycares.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Adolescent daycares. Yeah.
It bugs me. No, socialist daycares.
Somebody thought they got one up on me. I put a thing on X, like way back in the beginning, and I said defund public education. And remember, we had some big fight with the school boards and stuff in Roanoke, and someone found that on my X and said, "Oh, is this you?"
Yes,
and I said, "Yes, I
yes,
100% believe that you should not get my tax money. Yes, defund public education. That is not a gotcha. That is a yes. I 100% stand behind that statement."
Yes, I pat myself on the back for it too.
Try not dislocate my shoulder while doing so. Yes.
Okay. NW Chappie, I like this. Want to try some of your bangers? They look really delicious.
Oh yeah. So I have, and I explained this before when we were talking about when we made them. So I have 32 to 35 millimeter casings.
Yes.
They are anywhere from 30 to 38. So they very much fluctuate.
Big bangers.
Yes.
They're very good,
they're very nice, but they are. So I want to see if I can get a maybe 28 to 32 mil and redo the bangers in those that are a little thinner.
Well, we're in Texas.
No, everything's bigger.
Yes,
Texas. Yes. But I saw some English people. They were looking at those bangers and they're like, "That's a big banger." Which it's African. Of course, it's big.
Put it in your mouth and shut up.
Yes.
Clip that.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
My wife.
Sensei, speech to text always makes me sound illiterate. I used to love speech to text. I would do it all the time, but I had to learn to talk like a robot essentially in order to do that. I couldn't even try it nowadays. I think I'd get it totally messed up.
So you should try speech to text if you me. Like I can't even talk to the recordings on the telephone. It's like if you want, technical support, say support. If you want, accounting, say account.
Yep.
Support. Please repeat what you just said. Support. To
help.
Zero. Keyboard. It's like help. Human. I don't understand you. Like literally half the time. the whatever AI bullshit they have doesn't understand my text, like my speaking, and then you get a person
And they
who half the
still
time
don't understand.
Nicole didn't believe me, so I was on the phone with a bank the one day, and I was talking to them, and they could not understand. And this was an American. It wasn't one of the Jeets. Yes, it was an American. And I told Nicole, I said, the bank doesn't understand what I'm saying. And she's like, it's impossible. So I said, listen. So I put it on speaker. And I was speaking to this person, and they did not understand me. And eventually she had to talk. So from there, we've got an agreement, like anything official, like stuff we got to do, Nicole talks because they don't understand me.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid. Dominion says the US of A actual birthday was the Treaty of Paris in 1783, I think it was. Before that, it was just the pregnancy. So I'm actually curious why we chose July 4th and why that is celebrated, unless it's kind of one of those, this is where we are marking our independence and this is where we are fighting for it. The fact that we won gives us the right to use said date. But
so how about we look that up?
Yeah.
We'll do that on Wednesday next week. So I got Army for tomorrow, Air Force for Sunday, and then why July 4th for Wednesday.
Perfect. And 1776, of course.
Yes.
Why that July 4th? So let's do some history, and then we can pull in the Treaty of Paris as well, because I remember that too. And you know what? I didn't question. Thank you for questioning. You guys are awesome. This is why we like you guys, because you make us think too. SS Grant, yeah, Red Friday has been a part of my life since I got out in 2013. I'm so happy others do it as well. Us too. It actually makes us happy when we see it too.
Yes.
So handy news, gotta build my show. Put Anton's meat in your mouth. Have a great day. I love it.
I think it was your show yesterday.
Yeah, you mentioned Handy.
I told Nicole, just remember to send Handy biltong.
Yes, you are on my list.
I saw the Rumble bot put out, like, buy some meat. I'm like, yeah, remember to send this guy.
So Anton wants to automate my list because my handwritten list is getting long, like some of the long meats we were.
So here's the thing: a lot of times I'll just pop into a chat somewhere, and I won't say anything. I just listen because a lot of times I'm busy, and once I get into the chat, then I gotta like talk, and and then it's like 30 minutes gone. So a lot of times I'll just pop in. And I won't say anything, and I'll just listen to whatever, because I try from our side. We want to support people that support free speech, that support freedom. Yes. That so if someone kind of veers off that path, then I'm not so much.
Yeah, we just kind of pull back the ranks,
yes,
as needed.
Yes, I want people, and I don't have to agree with you on a lot of things. I just want freedom, man, freedom. Whatever the problem, the solution is always more freedom.
Yes. Yes, I like it. Sensei answered my thing, and it's got his white. You're the only one that answered. You make me laugh. I like you, Sensei. Progman, you gotta hand it to Antebellum South. They still hold the record for the lowest Black unemployment in the United States. Okay, I didn't know that.
Wow.
How do y'all peg Magroin? Magroin? Okay, if I'm peg
Peg McGroin.
No.
Did you not get that? There's a lot of McGroins. No, there's a lot of McGroins. Salty McGroin, Lick McGroin. No, they all have a Sarge. They always in Sarge's chat, but that's Sarge's thing. No, there's a lot of McGroins.
Give me some of your salty meat. I don't need this salty McGroin, okay? You guys. Over my head. Because I'm not thinking anything wrong, and then because I'll start reading without realizing what I'm reading, and then I get myself in trouble. Who is it? Progman likes to do that to me. He'll throw me a left wing one. I got some bison steaks out of the freezer yesterday. That's what I'm grilling tomorrow. That is phenomenal, Jamal. I still look at our other ones we have here, and I told Anton he needs to slice and dice to share with us. All of those grunting things you are doing over there. Jody, good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning, Jody.
Jump in and yay! And the tip and 2 minutes and all of the button has been tickled. Listening, God bless you. You as well, good sir. I know you're busy with this weekend's events, so
yeah,
I'm sure lots
Jody will like this.
Meat. If Jody's still in or able to see, look at my meat that I'm waving at you. That's a lot of meat. So we heard something. Bend it.
Yeah, they say if you can bend it, it's
If you
good.
can bend it, it is good. It's not normally what you do with meat, but
Nope.
we're bending this one.
But I'm gonna do half of this now braai spice, and the other half I'm gonna do salt and pepper. And I'm going to put it on the. So I'm gonna cheat. So I'll put half. I'll probably put it on the fire, low heat, for like 4 hours, and then I'm going to wrap it and stick it in the oven
Okay.
at like 220
Okay.
for like 8 hours.
That's also low heat.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Dominion After Dark, the Declaration of Independence was considered to be July 4th. The announcement that birth was finalized years later. It was a violent and bloody pregnancy. Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
That makes sense. Sorry.
Defund it. Yes, Chappie. I like it. Russ Hanneman, come in to say bangers. Yes, sir. Bangers. Greetings, bangers. You got it.
Say bangers 3 times, and then
Banger,
Russ
banger,
appears.
banger.
Good morning, Russ. Banger, banger, banger.
I did say bangers a lot. So Dominion says, I am just overusing logic. Lawyers and politicians want definitions to be flexible. You know, and it's very annoying. I don't like that. I agree with you. Jamal, that was when the Declaration of Independence was signed. That's what I thought. Yes, and which is probably why the date was picked. But once
Yes.
again...
But wasn't that signed by the Americans?
Yes.
Yes. So the guys that think
So
they
we
own you.
are declaring our freedom, which I think that would make sense as to why. But
Yes.
we'll do some research, not AI-driven research, because apparently I will get whatever information they want me.
want you to
I know.
have, yes.
Exactly, Dead Dingo Dan. Question everything.
Mhm.
Right. Progman Anton sends a speech to text, and the recipient thinks it's Josh Ackland from Lethal Weapon 2. Diplomatic immunity.
I remember that.
That was a good movie. That's when movies were good.
Yes.
Bring back decent movies. Josh Ackland? Josh.
Yeah, he was
Joss. Okay,
the
misspelling. You guys and your misspellings. The Declaration of Independence was officially adopted by the Second Continental Congress on July 4, 1776.
Yes.
Again, it was the declaration. The new country and government was not final yet. The Declaration of Independence was not signed until August 2nd.
Okay.
So there we go. It was not signed. How about that? Duncan McGroin. Stop it, McGroin. You guys are nonsense. Now I get it, okay?
Yes, there's a bunch of them out there.
Is it one person?
No,
Is it lots of McGroins?
it's lots of McGroins.
Okay.
It's
How many
like
McGroins?
Scots, you know? It's like McScott.
That is not how that works. But yes, the birth does. When does the birth happen? I get it, Dominion. I get it. But remember, when you declare yourself free, I suppose that could be when things start. But we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. And the biggest thing, we are not going to be able to change a nation over our discovery, but we can at least share some history, which
Yes.
I like. So
Yes.
the more knowledge base we have, the better. And then everybody can chime in. And hey, if you find something in the meantime, come on in tomorrow morning, share it with us.
There's a lot to be proud of.
Yes.
There's a lot to be proud of.
Yes.
And people get browbeaten into shame, which I think is unnecessary. There's a lot to be proud of as Americans. A lot. So, you know,
Sorry, I had to swallow
you
that down.
beat the Brits. So, you know, it's how many nations? South Africa didn't do that.
Nope.
You know, we had a similar history. We didn't do that. You know,
know
America's unique.
You know what, NW Chappie? I got you. Hang on one second.
I got my boy running around here again. Nicole has some idea of something.
I
she wants
always
to
have
do.
an idea of something.
Yes.
So I posted a picture of an American flag
He's gonna walk
yesterday
into the
that
computer.
was on a heap.
Thank you.
One of our newly founded gravel heaps that we got yesterday. But
Nice.
Chappie says something which I really like. So if you
Very
guys
nice.
know this thing, you are more than welcome to say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. So this flag was actually given to us by some visitors that came in as refugees to the United States. And guess what? They are happy to be here. They came for
Very
freedom, which they do not have in South Africa, period. So thank you, Chappie. Perfect time to say pledge
Very
of
hot.
allegiance.
Yes.
Dominion,
Yeah,
in
hold on.
some Native American cultures, the estimated date of conception
don't
was
touch, don't
celebrated
touch,
and
don't touch.
remembered. Usually Will more attempts at more conceptions? Oh, and lots of comments about all of your nice meat that you
goody,
shared.
goody,
Yes, yes. Hot damn, that's a lot
that
of
thing's
meat.
19 pounds.
19 pounds. We have to clarify because sometimes, you know, his accent sounds a little weird. He says 15. I think he said 50. So I need the two individual numbers spelled out for me. Else I do not understand. So Jamal says, I'm going to season the bison with braai spice. Good choice. Very nice. Sorry, we have a very chatty young man. I think he's hungry.
Yes, boy.
Jody, I am jealous of a bison steak you are making. I want to smoke up some bison. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I tried to get some bison ribeye. That is not easy to come by, man.
No, we did try to get more bison meats, but we couldn't even get our normal bison meat this last round.
I'm out and I'm trying to find. It's very hard to source.
It is a difficult meat to play with, which is so interesting because we have bison here in Texas, but we cannot get our hands on it. It's the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. I guess we could if we want to pay, you know, outlandish prices.
Oh yeah, the last time I could find it was like for basic, like eye of round, which is not really something you want to eat, was I think 22 a pound, and I was like, yeah, that's not even gonna be a thing.
Yep. Dominion brought up Moses and how he told the Pharaoh, of course, let my people go. Sorry about that. Young man had to walk in front. But of course, they had to go through 40 days of plagues, 40 days in the wilderness before they were free. For the flood, rain for 40 days and 40 nights, of course. Moses didn't have GPS. He was using MapQuest. I miss MapQuest. I used to print my maps and used to go on my merry way with my printed map. Okay, I liked MapQuest.
I used map books. That was interesting.
Fair enough. District 9. District 9 is South Africa, and that was a real.
The sets were not built.
No, that was real.
People live there.
Yeah, people live there. That's not nice. So that was all actual homes, the slums of South Africa. Beautiful.
All them shacks.
Yeah. When I found that out, because I watched District 9, of course. I didn't think much of it, and then Anton informed me, oh yeah, that was filmed in South Africa, and that was real. Okay.
Yep. Cheapy. Don't have to build a set.
Right. Jamal, let me know if you find bison ribeyes. I'll split one with you.
Yeah. I was trying to get, but it's I'll see what I can get. I'm trying to find a better supplier, so I'll see.
Dominion, I love this. So he's replying to Progman about the maps. He says, or Moses with the maps. He says his wife kept telling him to ask for directions, but he wouldn't.
Oh,
I love it.
Well, we got to start finishing up.
Yes, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. I'm going to find somebody to raid, which we may go for Mike again.
Yeah.
But let me see if there's anybody else on. But of course, like, share, follow, and repost. District 9 was a documentary. Pretty much, Dead Dingo Dan. You are onto something, good sir.
Yeah. The slums are not cool.
No, not at all. It's
right. If you guys have someone we should raid, let us know. Otherwise, we will hit. I don't know. Handy is later, so we can't even raid him. But otherwise, we hit Mike or Ben or Bright or whoever is on.
Why is Robert on?
Robert? Oh, because it's the 4th, and this whole week was a little weird.
Okay.
So we can go hit Robert if you want.
Because I've never hit Robert. Do you want me to hit Robert?
Mr. Govea.
Because then we kind of share the love a little bit. Yeah, we haven't hit Robert before, so we'll scoot you guys over there. He is fascinating. Speaking about somebody who likes the truth, this dude doesn't fail. He will read you the facts. He will get you the information, and he does it very unbiased, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, Robert's a cool guy.
Is he not going to be a dad this month?
Yeah, he's like a dad now. Yeah.
Did she have?
I'm not
maybe,
sure, but
like
I know,
now.
like now. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited for him.
Yeah.
Life is about to change for Mr. Govea.
Yeah. For the better.
For the better. All right. Popping you guys over, and we shall conclude in a second. But yes, have an awesome rest of your 3rd of July, and we shall see you on America's quote
birthday.
unquote birthday. D20X, why are you coming now to say hi? Hey, you want to say hello
Hi.
to Scottish? He's celebrating 3 years streaming. He's one of the OG numbers. Man, I shouldn't have jumped. I'm sorry.
Who's that?
Sorry. Scottish. He's celebrating 3 years streaming. He's one of the OG rumblers. So Scottish. I will if
We'll look him
can. Otherwise, I can. Yes, I just pushed the raid, Neuro. Sorry about that. I can leave it running for a couple minutes and see if I can, push
and then we can see if we can.
Especially if he's on. Okay, I've got to change a young man, so I can leave it rumbling. We can actually. I think I can turn off and still do it because it stays active.
Yeah, and we could just switch off the mics.
So I think I can do that and leave that.
Yes, and then
right?
we'll just leave it, and then we can hit another rumble or another raid after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time.